it's Guido coming at you with a tactics talk, and today it's easy as 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, which happens to be the amount of damage I get out of this game. See what I did there? See how clever that is? 1,234 damage. Seal clubbing, guys. We're at tier 6 and 5. This is the battle pass tank. I have 3 of these left, tier 6s, to finish, and then I'll be done with all the tier 6s, and I'll have 100. I don't know what this guy's. Whoa, boy. I think he sent it a little too hard, fellas. I think he wishes he hadn't done that. All right, so we're going to go to the middle here. Like I said, I've got 3 of these tier 6s left to get to 100 battles. They're all 3 between 50 to 70 battles or so on each one. This is Wide Park. It is a mid-tier battle only. I think it only goes up. It might go to 7, but it definitely goes to 6. As you can see here, I'm not sure if it goes to 7, but Province is like this. It goes to 7. There's this one which goes to 6, maybe 7. I don't remember if it actually goes to 7, but it's usually the newer players are down here on these particular maps. This guy right here, he's right in the middle. And what I wanted to talk about is, a little bit of the seal clubbing thing, and we went over this somewhat during coffee talk. You can tell quite often with the way people are playing whether they're new or bad or both, which being new and bad is nothing negative, Being bad's nothing negative, to be quite honest, as long as you're trying to get better, enjoying yourself, etc., etc. But you can often see that when you see how the people are playing a map. Like this Churchill, that's a horrible spot for him to be in. He's trying to side scrape. I sort of appreciate that, but that's not a great spot right there. He's going to get kind of abused by me in here. I can see, he's just shottable. Now he's learned his lesson. He's trying to back out of this thing. Honestly, he needs to be backing out and going to the side to avoid getting shot. This dude's coming up over. I don't know what his plan is, to be honest. I do want to avoid getting tracked by the KV-1 and all the buddies in here. Where is that guy? I don't see him. All right. And of course, I'm spamming my APCR in here. Take a look and see if we can get this guy again. There we go. Shot on him for 237, left him alive. The rest of the team's doing pretty well. Find the Stug right there, so he's trying to get away. That's a smart move on his part, but we put a shot on him. KV-1 hanging out right here. Cheeky shot into the turret for a 250 high roll, brings him down to 62. But I can just tell by the way these guys are playing right here that they're not particularly good. There seems to be, and I think it has to do largely with Christmas time. We usually get kind of an influx of new players somewhere around Christmas, and they're going to be hanging out. And then Guido's doing his part to drive them away from the game. It's not what I'm really trying to do here. I'm just trying to finish my 100 battle challenge with these. Tier 6 is about the lowest I'll go unless I'm messing around. But you can often tell that they're struggling a little bit based on their positioning. The 3601 sort of peeking around the corner. Like these 3 heavies, 4, counting the Churchill which backed out, are not doing very well here. I just totally whiffed that shot. And when I took a look at the relative skills of these guys, didn't quite get the kill there. They were all fairly new players, right? Trying to learn the game. Comes this guy, and we get rid of him. But that's one of the things I try to do on this channel is to help new guys by destroying them and romple stomping everything in sight. No, trying to show them how to do this thing. Came up to this corner right here and just paid attention to how these heavies were fighting, right? You can see how I was able to manage my exposure by coming around this corner, and several of these tanks were sitting out in the open here, allowing me to get in and get shots. The KV-1 was probably doing about the best job. Same idea, mirror image for me right here. The other good thing about this particular spot is it is a bit protected from the artillery, which will sit back here because the terrain is a little higher, so getting shots over on this corner is not easy. Can be done. Like the grill's not in the right spot for it. You can see him right here. I think he's running actually right now. He might have been over this way, and I think the grill was trying to shoot this way earlier, off into the east of the map right there. So the KV-1 was doing a similar thing. You can protect yourself. Problem with the KV-1 and me really is artillery back here, or from my side, artillery back over here where our M44 is, can hit these spots that are in this corner right here. So as you're learning how to get better at the game, learning the game, try to figure out those positions that you can go to. The KV-2 is not in a great spot, fellas. The KV-2, I mean, I guess he might have been trying to shoot across, but notice the curve in the tracks here. His shots are going to be very limited to somebody maybe right here-ish that can get shot. So think about where all your crossfires are when you move your tank. And he doesn't have a lot of gun depression. So coming up and over right here, he's totally exposed. He's got 3 tanks, 4 counting the M6 over here. So the KV-2 is just not in a great position as well. So I think the KV-1 positioned well. The Churchill positioned poorly. The 3601, he was using the edge, but he just kept poking and getting shot by hold down guys by positions over here, the M6 and I guess the other dead M6. Punished him pretty good. So you can really tell as you get a little bit better at the game, you know, when somebody positions badly, then you can start to take advantage of those positions based on where you are. And now I'm just thinking about it, looking at it, going, okay, let's find this KV-2. We can get the IKV out. Maybe I'll find the Churchill. Take a little peek here. There we go. There's that guy. A little bit further forward. Shoot him. There we go. We'll back out. KV-2 died to our M44. I noticed that. Pay attention to that for you new guys. Up here above the map, you're going to see when things die. So use that. You see something happen here, just take a peek at it and see what it is. I didn't see that the KV-2 had left the mini-map, but I did notice it said the KV-2 had died over here. And then I peeked at the mini-map and went, yep, that guy's gone. So now, of course, I can push through here without worrying about getting shot in the side over here, as everybody else has figured out by the KV-2. So things to think about. We'll push across here. I'm using this big building. I want to sort of cover my approach from these campers back here shooting me as I approach. So I don't really want to go out into the open on this side of it. Although there might be shots, you're allowing them to shoot you pretty easily. I know that we have more buildings over here, so I can cross this little open area, go into those buildings, and then use the cover there to start shooting at them again. So I might shoot on the run, depending if I was shot. Didn't really. Okay, I take a shot from 3001. I'm not going to stop. Just take a snap on him. He was moving, right? So he was going to get away. He might have been trying to kill himself, to be honest. See? Yeah, I don't know if he was trying to kill himself against the wall or maybe just trying to get against the wall to get away from me. And I'm just pushing in. I've got the hit points to do it. This guy's running. Gonna miss that because we're behind him. 3601 or 3001's over there. I think he actually shoots me here. Yeah, he sees me come around the corner. We'll zoom. Take a hit. That's fine. He's only hit me for 143. Pay attention to that as well. Damage he did. I know I've got about 600 hit points there or so. Before I had, you know, more than 570, but he's only hit me for 143. Now he is going to fire faster, so he's going to be stripping off the hit points faster than I will be in terms of shots, like boom, boom, boom. But I'm hitting harder. I'll hit for 240. Now I've missed or bounced or whatever that was. That was a bummer. There we go. So also a little bit of a move. I wasn't reloaded right there, so I just kind of do a little bit of a scooch, bit of an angle, maybe try to make his aim a little harder to do manually for the actual human. It's not 100%, but ended up working. Now we're just going to press because I know the Wolverine's the last hit points in the game, and I'd like to get up here first. Notice I'm pretty much the first guy to move. Everybody else, a lot of people in this game are very happy to let somebody else push and take the hits. But pay attention to, you know, how many hit points are left. Can the Wolverine kill me? Not unless he ammo racks me. So I'll just push. If I happen to be the guy that lights him, and even if I miss, I might be then the one getting the assist. So that's really something to pay attention to as well in the game while you're moving forward. It's like, all right, I got hit points to give. 570, he's about a 200, 240 alpha gun. It is helpful to kind of know that. You know, if I'm 570 and I know there's a full hit point KV-2 with the derp gun, and he's sitting like right here, well, maybe I don't just drive into him. Like maybe I push up against the edge and sort of try to get tricky or wait for somebody to come around and get his attention or whatever, right? But the Wolverine, he's a 220, 240 alpha gun. He might even have the smaller gun. Maybe it's a 130s thing. I'm not 100% sure. Wolverine's tier 6. No, it's a 5. I don't think he's a 240. I think the Wolverine's actually a 140 or 60 or maybe less alpha gun, but it's certainly not 570. So I'll just push up. I want to get a light. I want to try to get a shot on him. And I did. I got another 257 off this guy and pushed myself up to 2,000 plus maybe some assist. No assist yet. I might get this shot, actually. I think I do get this kill, maybe. I do. Boom, just like that. Look at that. Just because I W'd forward. All right? So learn your good initial positions. Mid-tier, about 5 or 6. This is where you can start to learn these things and some of the mechanics, some of the positions in the game, some of the basic mechanics on how to play the game. Everything below tier 5 is just sort of a rage fest. So the stuff you know from high tiers will help you overall getting better at the game. But at about tier 5 or 6, the way the game's played at the higher tiers starts to develop. Not completely. Not everything you learn at tier 6 is going to translate directly to the higher tiers, but you can start to learn positions and paying attention to what other tanks are doing. I will say at the mid tiers you get more randomness from enemies, like doing things you wouldn't expect, just sort of typically dumb things, but sometimes they work because at the lower tiers not everybody's on top of everything. In terms of being able to punish really bad moves, sometimes really bad moves at the mid tier work out. That's kind of why I like mid tier, because you can sort of be a little more freeform. You get less of that at the higher tiers, where making kind of bold, silly moves will get you deader faster, kind of idea. But at this tier, initial position and paying attention to what's going on around you, knowing when to poke, when to push, all those things start to develop at tier 5 to 6. So I just wanted to kind of show you on this particular map some of that idea, both in the large picture, how to do it, and specifically for this map. I do like posting up on either side from the south or the north at this corner right here, because it gives you some control of shooting down either from the north spawn or south spawn. South spawn may be a little more powerful because it can actually crossfire over here. It also happens to be a little bit more exposed because guess what? If they capture this, they can crossfire you. You give and take. It's good and bad. The north side, they really have to push pretty far forward before you get crossfired, but you don't have any good shots at this area over here from the north side. So not exactly a mirror image. All right. That is all I've got. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Honestly, conceptually, the game is really easy. Learning the details of how to be good is not. That is all I've got. Have a great one. See ya.